Hello. It's been some time since I've been live, and I really want to get into making your goals easier. Right now, we are currently in the next couple months of the year. We're going to break down how we're going to get you to your goals. Okay, my name is Golden. I am a legacy coach and mindset refining expert. I prepare people to start their legacy lifestyle. So these are for people who really want to get out of the struggle, survival lifestyle and really want to live that life of legacy, actually removing yourself from struggle and placing yourself into a legacy lifestyle. So let's get into this. A lot of us are really struggling with achieving our goals. Okay, a lot of us are seeing our goals and our desires far away from what we can imagine it to be. And that's why a lot of people stay stuck, they give up, or they find alternatives that do not align them towards their goals, but they think it does. So that's the illusion of it all. Some people may say, okay, well, I want to make this much money by the end of the year, so they'll go pick up a part-time job, not considering that time is money, and the time you put in ultimately is not going to give you the benefit of that end goal you want. So instead of telling you to find a job and change your life in this way, I'm going to shift your mindset so you can find solutions that is right for you. Everyone's different, okay? That's why I don't really share step-by-step things, because everyone's different. So everyone in society is right here, okay? Everyone in society, a lot of people, let's say majority of people, they see their desire, they see their goals, and they don't know how to get there. But they see this person just effortlessly achieving that, right? I want you to be like this person. So today we're going to go down how this is going to happen. Now, if you want to really achieve your goals and desires and stop struggling and stop watching other people live their best life, this is what you're going to want to do. A lot of us are in the comfort and convenience. This is why we are not going to go do the work, right? We always hear this, do the work, do the work, do the work. What does the work look like? It looks like this. You want to refine your habits. Right now you have habits that do not align with how you're going to achieve your goals, right? We know this. We know that we have some limiting thoughts, we have lack of confidence, we have all of this trauma in our past stopping us from moving up to get our desires and goals. So how are we going to fix this? It starts with your mind. You don't physically need to fix these things. That's the best part in all this. It's the mind that needs to be refined, because right now you have this illusion that your goals are really far away, but it's really not. It's all in your head, because this person has it in their head that they can effortlessly just take a couple steps to achieve their goals, where you may feel like, I need to do all this work. So I'm going to stay in my comfort and convenience and just stay in the pattern I'm in. Well, today you're not going to do that anymore. Okay. You're going to have a deeper understanding of what goals and what achieving goals actually looks like. So if you really want to achieve your goals this year, if you're about change, give me some hearts in the comments. Tell me where you're from. We're going to get you in a place of peace and progress, okay? So it's the end of the year, and you're probably like, Golden, how the heck do I refine my habits? What does that look like? Well, I want you to know that refining your habits doesn't take force. You may have struggled in the past with changing your tasks, changing yourself in a way, and you probably failed or didn't keep it up for more than a month or two. It's because of your mindset, okay? So we first need to refine your thoughts to get you to understand your goals. How do you refine your thoughts? Well, let's think about how your goals look like, right? So let's write this down. What are my goals? You want to answer these 3 questions I'm going to write down right now. So to achieve your goals and understand your goals, you need to visualize it. Now, this is where a lot of people don't know how to visualize their goals. Okay? They are like, I don't even know what that looks like. Okay? What does visualizing look like? Well, then this is the first step that you need to change. Learn how to visualize. See how free this is? Learn how to visualize. There are so much videos on YouTube. I have a lot on my channel as well. In my sessions, we talk about how to visualize as well. And my podcast talks about this as well. So if you scroll my podcast, you can figure out how to visualize. I literally have a visualization audio for you. So if you want to understand your goals, you have to visualize it. Now, if you're not good at visualizing it, I want you to write them down. What are you writing though? You're going to write about how it's going to benefit you. You're going to write about how it's going to change your life. You're going to write about the feelings you're going to have once you accomplish it. You're going to write about the people around you that are going to benefit from you achieving this goal. You're going to write about how easy it was to attain. You're going to write about how it's going to benefit you in the future. You're going to write about how it's going to improve and enhance your life. If you don't have time to write your goals down, you will never achieve them. If you can't do a simple thing like write your goals down or visualize them, you're never going to achieve them. Why? Because you didn't refine your thoughts, you didn't refine your habits. You can't get to that desired goal. It makes sense, right? This is why a lot of people stay in their comfort and convenience, because they're like, you know what, I don't know how to do that, so I'm just going to stay down here. This is for my change makers, my generational curse breakers, okay? These steps is really going to help you refine your mindset for success. Now, what is the last thing to understand? Okay, we visualized our goals. We wrote it down. We're like, okay, I get it. Now, what else is that? Let me write that down for you. 2 parts energy, 2 parts thought, right? 2 parts thought, 1 part action. You don't need much, okay? So 2 out of the 3 times, you just need to really get your energy and your mind aligned with your goals. And then 1 out of 3 times, you need to take that action. Okay, so let me draw another visualization for you. The difference between where you are now and where you want to be compared to, I don't want to compare, but for today we will, compared to the person who literally attracts their goals so effortlessly. What's the difference? They aligned themselves. Do you see how easy it is to get that? They aligned themselves. Where you did not align yourself. Now people fail to understand, well, I need to work. 2 out of the 3 times, you need to actually be putting your mindset in that energy. Why? Let's talk about it. Your mind is responsible for your responses. I wonder if you can see me writing. Can you see me writing? Hold on. Okay, let's write there. Your mind is responsible for your responses. Okay. Your mind is responsible for your habits. This is why you need to work on your mindset first. Your mindset is responsible for your thoughts. And your thoughts is going to create your habits. It's going to create your response. Okay. You need to also work on your behaviors. Now, your behavior is kind of like your personality. It's kind of like your attitude on how you think about things in the moment. It's kind of like your character trait, right? So your thoughts literally control your response in life. Imagine if you had a response in life where you're like, wow, my goals are so easy to be be attained. My love life is so easy to fix. My career choice is so easy to improve. Imagine you had that thought pattern for that response. Now imagine you had the thought pattern for your habits. Wow, it's so easy to go to the gym every single day for 3 hours a day. Not saying you should, but if you wanted to have that habit, imagine those thoughts, right? So if you have a goal, you need to align your goal around these sectors there. And you're going to do that through visualizing and writing. So writing down that response you have. And that can look like, today I had such an amazing day. Someone bumped into me, and instead of yelling at them, I asked them if they were okay, and we started talking, and we went to a coffee shop, and they offered me a job that pays 10 times more than the one I'm in. This can happen. These things happen, okay? I know it sounds like a dream, but this person here is living that dream and you're not. Because of their response, because of their habits, because of their thoughts. So when bad things happen in their life, when uncomfortable things happen in their life, they're not quick to have a negative response, right? They see their goal is there. They understand, if I have a positive response to things, I'm closer to my goals. They're saying, if I have a positive response to things, I'm closer to my goals. If I have a better thought pattern, I'm closer to my goals. If I have a better habit and behavior towards things, I'm closer to my goals. Whereas the person who's far away from that goal is literally walking away. It's literally walking away from the goals, right? Where a person who's aligned is going to keep walking towards it, and that includes their habit, their response, their thoughts, and you get closer and closer and closer. But this person down here, they're like, screw that, that's too far away. Might as well go back in the past, go back into my comfort and convenience, go back into my patterns. And that's what it ultimately looks like in life, okay? This is majority of society. This is why they say, oh, the 3% is the most successful, because they're actually putting in this kind of work that don't require much, right? People who are down here away from their desires and goals, they think they need to put in action, but the action doesn't align with their behavior, with their thoughts. They're taking action out of survival. They're taking action out of, I need more money to get this goal, where this person gets it. This person's like, all I have to do is think good thoughts, treat people good, have better responses to things, have better habits every single day, and I'm closer to my goals. Where majority of people are like, I need money. I need to put action towards money. I want you to know that money is the end result. Money is the end result of your goals. You don't need money first to get everything else, okay? Why? Because all of these things that I listed right here, refining your habits, refining your thoughts, refining your behavior, refining your response, and one individual thing, all of these things here are what? They're free. They're free. Why are they free? It's on my page. It's on my page. It's free. If you do this for a month, I promise you, your life will literally enhance to a place, right? You'll be walking up these steps to get your desires and goals. And that's how it works. So I just wanted to break down and remove the limiting belief that you need to be chasing money first to get your goals. You actually need to be chasing better thoughts, better responses, better behaviors, better habits. It's really that simple. But we complicate it because, like I said on the last step, this is where you want to work with me, okay? When you're in a good place, this is where you want to work with me, because there's something there that's blocking you from actually achieving your goals. There's something there, and I can't tell you now because I don't know you. I know everyone's different though. I know all my clients who come to me get that extremely removed, wiped off right away, and then they're at the top looking like this person, happy as can be. So I just want to share that with you because I know right now a lot of people are really on the path of, oh my gosh, like just doom. I see the future for a lot of people. And a lot of people think if I do this, if I do that, if I keep taking action, right? Remember, that's one part of the way to get to your goals and desire. It's just one part, and everyone is stuck in this loop of hustle, hustle, action, 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 and they're burning themselves out. And I don't want this for you. I want to show you the easier route 2 out of the 3 times you need to be doing every day. Every day you need to be visualizing how your goals look like. Every day you need to be writing it down. This is the most easiest thing, and people don't want to do it. And then they expect to be up here with this happy person as if they did the work, because that was the work. But the real work of natural law is to energetically align yourself with what you want. We all know that thoughts equals things. How do we know this? Look at everything around you. Someone thought about it. Someone said, I wonder how I can create electricity. I wonder how I can make thunder come into side of our rooms, right? I wonder how we can make thunder. This is someone's like idea. Imagine someone thought about, they're like, I see that there's lightning, right? My lightnings aren't the best. I see that there's lightning outside. How can I get it inside of a room? Right? How can I get it inside of a room? This is my light bulb. Someone thought about this. Someone went out into the natural world, sat under a tree, and was like, I see that there's light. There's a spark of light outside. I want this inside of my gloomy house. Remember, back in the day, they had candles and gloomy houses. This person's like, I want this lightning to always be at my access. Someone thought about this. Right? Someone thought about it, and then you know what they did? I'll show you what they did. Oh, I'm running out of stickies. Don't worry, I got more. I'll show you what they did. This person had a thought, and you know what they did? They saw this goal, right? They saw this goal, which is more light. That's their desire. They said, okay, this is a thought. They said, how can I get up there? How can I get more light? What did they do? They researched. They observed. They removed limiting beliefs. Okay? They researched. They observed. They removed limiting beliefs. They did not listen to haters. Okay? Because I'm sure people back then were like, that's impossible. Who do you think you are? You're not God. Blah, 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 blah. Right? And then they've refined themselves in some way, shape, or form. They understood that right now my mind is not allowing me to create this idea that I have, so I need to refine myself. Now, what does that look like? That's going to look like their behaviors getting better, their habits getting better, their responses to things getting better, their thoughts getting better. This is the mind. Back then, there wasn't money like that, right? To do these things. So what did they need to do? They needed to have their thoughts aligned with their action. They needed to visualize how that light would look like in the room. They need to write about it, research about it. And what was the action they did? They experimented. They went around and they asked people their observations on things. Reputable people, by the way. Okay? A lot of us need to get out of following people's advice who do not even know what it is you want in your life. They never even touched that accomplishment. There's too many times we go to our family members and those family members never went to the top of the stairs. They never went there. They're actually down here. A lot of people's family members are down here and they're speaking from a lower vibration. So when they give you advice, it's from down here. It's not from a place of refining yourself. It's not from a place of working on your thoughts. It's not from a place of that. It's from a place of their comfort and convenience. So this is why it's so crucial to not listen to people, because they'll make you turn around and go chase the money. How many people say, oh, I want to start a business? They go to their parents or their family member and they say, well, you need money first to start the business. They never tell you need to write down a business plan. How does that business plan look like, dear? Oh, what is that business going to look like for the future? Do you think they get to this part, the most important part? No, they tell you need to put in action. You need to get money. And now you're moving away from your goals because you trust these family members and you respect them to a certain capacity that you're like, they're right. I need to go get money. And this is what a lot of people are in. They're in this loop, okay? And we're going to get you out of this loop by the end of the year. So binge watch my content. Really understand your mind and how you can be that 3%. This page is all about legacy building. It's all about understanding who you are, where you are visualizing yourself to such a clarity that any chaos comes in your way, it cannot shake the visualization that you have. It cannot shake the written plans that you have, the written ideas that you have. It cannot shake that. A lot of people tend to fail in life is because all they have is the action. Okay? And when all you have is the action, let me show you what that looks like. When all you have is the action, anybody can come in and say whatever they want. So say you're doing the act. Oh, let me actually make this differently. Let's call the action the mountaintop. So this is action. This is you walking towards that. Okay. My this is on the spot, by the way, so I hope it helps. But this is action, yeah? This is that thing you have to do. Now, this is when someone's gonna see you doing it and they're gonna come in and they're gonna stop you and they're gonna say, hey, oops. This is a person, by the way. A clouded person in their head. I put clouds in their head because they don't know what they're talking about. They're gonna come and say, hey, Jack, why don't you go that way? This is such a high hill. This is so hard. You'll never get up there, and nobody's really gone up there. And you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna follow them. They're gonna take you away from your goal, and they're gonna bring you down a path where it's literally shitty. Motel. They're gonna bring you away from your goals, and they're gonna bring you all the way down to this place that's already been created. And because it's already been created, it looks easy, yeah? But this is not what you want. This is not what you need in life. But people will stray you away if they love you or not. That's not the case. That's not the topic right now. It's the fact that they're straying you away from your goals. And the fact that they're capable of doing that will make you run away from your desires, chasing the wrong things. Is this making sense? Let me know if you have any thoughts, if anything came up for you. But I want to share, making your goals easier is going to require you to visualize how you want your thoughts to feel like. So if you know you have horrible thoughts, write down positive ones, right? That is the first step. That's the second step of actually actualizing your goals and your desires. If you know, oh, right now I have such low self-esteem and my goal is to be in a successful relationship and a successful legacy connection, meaning this person is with you for the long term, building your legacy together. Write down positive thoughts. If you know your responses to things is always negative, you're always complaining when someone cuts you off or gives you the wrong coffee in the morning, write a better response. Write them down. How does that look like when someone interrupts you when you're working, right? What does it look like when someone insults you? Are you going to have a negative response and insult them back and get mad and make them ruin your day? Or are you going to have a positive response and make them have a bad day and you can go on with your good day? Write down your behaviors. What does that look like? What kind of behaviors do you want to have when you achieve these goals? Do you want to have a caring behavior? Do you want to be able to communicate more effectively and not silence yourself more? Do you want to be able to be strong in your decision making, meaning nobody can falter you or make you feel bad for the decisions you're making? Write it down. Why you need to write this down? Because the rules to the subconscious mind is that the mind remembers everything. The mind remembers everything. So if your mind remembers you having negative responses, you are most likely going to have a negative response. If your mind remembers you always complaining about something and not changing it, you're always going to complain about it and not change it. Okay? Now, this is where a lot of people, they're like, oh, but my mind is so overwhelming. My mind is so difficult. It replays past experiences. It makes me feel inadequate. It makes me feel like I'm unworthy. I'm not capable. And that's why people stay here. They don't want to go do the work, right? They don't want to do this. They'll stay right there, right here. They will stay right there because they don't want to shift their mindset. They would rather chase money and be blinded by actually achieving their goals. And then you know what's going to happen? This is what's going to happen. They're going to see this person finally get their desires, finally achieve their goals. And guess what? They're more farther away than ever. And guess what? They hate it. They're mad. They're mad at this person now. So now when they see good things happening, instead of having a positive response, remember, to get to your goals and desires, you need to refine your response. You need to refine your behaviors, refine your thoughts to get to your goal. So this person, to get to their goal, all they have to do is what I'm talking about, right? But instead, they wanted to go and chase the money away from their goals, and now the results is they're angry at these people. Okay? They're angry at them because they didn't want to put in the work, or they got distracted, or whatever it was, and now they can't get to where this happy person is. We're going to be here. Anyone who's following, you're going to be here. You're not going to be these people. Understand that they do exist, though. Majority of them exist because they don't want to do the work, right? They want to stay in a comfortable spot. They don't want to go up the stairs. They don't want to refine themselves. They don't want to work on their habits. They don't want to change their thoughts. They don't want to change their behavior, even though it's free. It's on my page right now. When you scroll my content, your mind will literally shift. When you use the tools that I have available on my page for you, your mind will literally shift, right? This guy, remember, he did his research. He observed what needs to change. He removed any limiting beliefs that he had. He didn't pay attention to the haters. He refined himself in all sorts of ways, and he created thoughts. Thoughts create things. Thoughts create things. How do we get the thoughts into things? We visualize. We start with the thought. We entertain the thought. We allow the thought to play a movie in our head. We daydream about the thought. This is what society doesn't want you to do. They don't want you to daydream. They want you to pay attention to their products that they're selling you, their idea of whatever it is. But once you close yourself out and you visualize, you write down those visualizations, okay? You write it down, and then you put it into action. You're in a safe space. You're in a safe space. You will be this person. Okay? Remember, your mind remembers everything. If it sees you complain all the time, if it sees you taking other people's advice, it will make you do it. Your mind controls your habits. Remember, your mind controls your response to things. So if your mind remembers everything, and it always sees you have a negative response, it sees you have negative habits, it sees you have negative thoughts, negative behaviors, it will keep you doing that over and over again until you decide to say, I want to rewire my mindset to actually achieve my goals. Are we making sense here? Remember, thoughts create things. Thoughts create things. And what those thoughts create, your habits, your response, your behavior, your thoughts create things. Thoughts create things. What are your thoughts looking like lately? Are you complaining a lot? Really start to understand the kind of person you want to be. You don't want to be the angry person that decided to follow someone else's idea and go away from the action, right? This was what you were supposed to do, and then you had some person with a clouded mindset tell you, hey, go that way. Go that way. Don't go this way. Go that way. And then you go that way and you're angry chasing the money. And then other people will go after their goals and their desires, all while taking little steps. So I hope this has given you some clarity, because I know some people are visual learners. So I decided to take another route. I do talk a lot on my page. And I thought, hey, why not make some visuals for people to understand what does actually achieving your goals look like? You know, people talk about action plans and this and that. And I hope this has given you some, yes, you are making sense. I'm very happy, because once we see, right? Remember, the mind remembers everything. Once we see I want to call it stupidity, but I don't want to be rude, because I know some people will take stupidity as a very negative word, which I don't think it's that negative. It's an awareness for me. So for example, I'll break that down. Let's break it down right now. So stupid. What is stupid? Let's reframe our mind. And let me actually Google it as well, so we can have some context. Stupid meaning. So stupid, let's learn today. Stupid, having or showing a great lack of intelligence, okay? And that's exactly how I see it. Because for me, intelligence should always be the goal. Okay? Intelligence includes wisdom. It includes experience. It includes knowledge, research, observation. Okay? So that's why I say people who pay attention to other people who aren't actually putting in the action are stupid. You're showing a great lack of intelligence or common sense, right? What is the common sense in all this? The common sense is if you take advice from people who never achieved their goals, that's stupid. because they don't even have the intelligence. They never put in the knowledge, the observation. They never put in the research to even know. Do you ever notice people talk from a place of stupidity? Meaning they actually don't have the prerequisite to the topic that they're talking about. They don't even have the prerequisite. Why? Because they probably didn't even go to school. Why are they talking to you about business? Right? Why are they telling you don't visualize, don't daydream, don't talk about your thoughts, do it instead? Why are they saying that? Because they never did it before. You need to visualize first. Anything you're going to do in life, you need to have a clear vision in your head. If you don't, you need to work on it every single day until you get a clear vision. Do not do any of this until you get a clear vision so you can write it down. Why? Because your mind remembers everything. And if your mind constantly sees you going through a loop of mistakes, guess what? Inevitably, you're going to pick up habits. So a lot of people, for example, go through the mistake of not communicating. Yeah? They don't communicate everything. So when your mind remembers that you don't communicate, when it's time to communicate, you're not going to communicate. It's hard for you. Why is it hard for you? Because you were in this loop of not communicating. So enter my method. Whatever goal you have, if you apply this method, I promise you, you will enhance your life in some way, shape, or form that's extremely significant. And this is how you're going to do it. Whatever goal you want to have, you're going to do it. What does doing mean? Let's go back to here. Visualize, write it down, create an action plan, and actually do it. Yeah? This is what doing is. 2 out of 3 times, it's nothing much. It's you visualizing, holding that vision, and you writing it down over and over again, clarifying, finding the words to properly articulate your vision. Okay? You see how we just got the definition for stupid? A lot of people will be like, that's rude, that's disrespectful. It actually isn't. Stupid means having or showing great lack of knowledge or common sense. Stupid is ultimately an observation. And if you can call someone stupid, what is intelligence? Observation skills. Observation skills. What did you say? Definitely love the visual more. I'm happy you love the visual. But so I want to talk about this as well. We're kind of going off topic, but we'll get back on topic. When stupid people call things stupid, okay, this is like my observation, my intelligent observation. Because remember, intelligence is observation, okay? Stupid people do not observe. So when a stupid thing calls another thing stupid, you know what it's actually saying? It's actually saying, I lack the wisdom in this. I lack the experience. I lack the observation. I lack the knowledge. I lack the research. Okay? Because what does stupid mean? Showing a great lack. When someone says something is stupid, they're talking from a place of lack. Okay? This is why we need, let me get that. This is why we need to clarify what we're writing down to the T, that we are not using lack words. We are not trying to create our plan and visualize our outcome from a lack mindset. So this is why you want to research the words you're using that you're writing down. Get clarity on them. Okay? Do you see how? I'm going to break this down. So say you had this visualization, okay? You had this visualization of an outcome that you want. Visualize. Okay? This is you visualizing something. You're like, wow, this is such a perfect goal I want to achieve. It's everything I want. It's going to make me feel so amazing. It's going to elevate me, enhance me, improve me. I'm going to feel so good. Okay? Great. We visualized it. We probably know how it looks like. We probably know what we're wearing. The smells we'll be smelling when we achieve it. We need to go very in depth. Include all your senses. Okay? When you're visualizing, you want to include all senses. So when you're sitting down daydreaming, think about how it's going to smell, how it's going to feel. Maybe the temperature in the area. Is it raining? Is it snowing? Is it sunny? Right? So if you want to say, for example, manifest a dream vacation, you're going to think about a beach. You're going to hear the waters in your ear. You're going to hear the waves, the ocean, the wind. You're going to hear the birds chirping, right? Visualize. This is what visualizing is, okay? Now, once we visualize, we're going to want to write it down. What does that look like? What you want to write down are clear and precise. Is that how you spell precise? Let me see. Precise. No. You know what I mean. You want to do clear, precise words. Ironic, huh? Clear, precise words. That's what you want to write down. You don't want to use anything that has a lack. No lack words. You want to be specific. It's so hard to actually write and talk. Try it out. It's very difficult. You want to be very specific. And that includes details. And also, you want to write in the present moment. This is so important. Okay, writing in the present moment. So what does that look like? If you were visualizing a beach, right? If you're visualizing a beach, you'll be like, okay, what's the clarity? I'm in Diani Beach in Kenya. The waters are so pristine. They're so blue. I hear birds chirping. I love the feeling of the sand in my feet. The sand is so white. It's so clear, or it's so soothing on my skin. Specific details. I am eating my favorite meal. Whatever that favorite meal is, describe it. Details. I am wearing my favorite Tom Ford sunglasses, or I'm wearing my favorite bathing suit, and I have my ring on my pinky finger that I purchased for this trip, right? Be present. Talk about it as if you're talking about it right now. Write about it as if you're writing about it right now. Why do you want to do this? Let me tell you why. Now you are reprogramming your mind, your thoughts, your habits, and behavior. Remember, your mind remembers everything. So if it remembers you in this present moment as a happy, peaceful, clear, successful, you achieved this thing, right? You're going to start responding that way. If your mind in the present moment saw you write down how you are thinking, you're thinking gratitude, you're going to start having habits and thoughts and behaviors around that way. Okay? So this is how the process starts. Now, once we have this all written down and it's clear and we got our mind on board, you may have limiting thoughts that arrive. Okay? And that is where you want to reach out to me. That is where you want to go on my page and find some tools. That is where you want to come in on a session. Because I promise you, when it's time to do things, you're not going to be able to do things because on your way to your goals, you have limiting beliefs. You have negative thoughts. You know, you're shy. You feel like you procrastinate. Like you probably feel unworthy or incapable, right? So when you're down here, you're in a comforting place, right? Your goals are away from you. And this is what's going to come up along the way. It's inevitable. Because what these needs to come out. They need to come out. They need to be cleared and removed. So you can have a more positive habit, a more positive life towards your goals. Okay? So when it's time to actually do the action, right? We wrote it down. We got our mind on the same path as us. But now our mind, remembers everything. So what is it going to do? It's going to go in the past and it's going to say, hey, no, remember when we tried to do this? That happened. Remember when this happened? They said that. Remember you're stupid. Remember you can't do this. Remember. So now on your way, you're going to be this is where you are. So on your way towards your goal, you're going to pass by on your left, your past experience, and on your right is going to be your future experience. You need to pivot to your future experience always. How are you going to do that? What does that look like? Pivoting your habits, your thoughts, pivoting them. If you have a negative thought, pivot it with a positive thought. If you have a negative behavior, talk about how you're going to better improve yourself next time. Maybe you wanted to talk about something that hurt you and your mind remembered that the last time you talked about your feelings, someone laughed at you or someone shut you down. So it's going to make you think that it's limiting and you can't do it. Pivot it. Be like, no, that was in the past. This time I want to create a better outcome for myself. Next time I'm going to say it. Even I'm going to be scared, even though I feel like I'm going to get in trouble, I'm going to say it because I need to change my behavior and response to things. Now, when it's time to take action, this is what it's going to look like. Okay? You're going to rest. Now, I have a whole plan where when you get into my legacy audit, my lifestyle audit session, we will literally customize this for you because this does look different for everyone. Because this can look like doing for 1 day and resting for 7. This can look like doing for a month and resting for 7 days, right? Everyone is different. So that's why I love working with people and really helping you get clear on your goals, really helping you get a clear action plan where every day you wake up and your responses change, your habits change, your mindset change, your thoughts change, and you start to pick up habits easier. So if you find yourself struggling to change, this is the place for you, dear. This is your safe space to level up. Now, I hope I answered your questions. I hope I made making your goals achievable more easier. I hope you learned some new things. I hope you know what stupid means now. It just means lack of intelligence. What does intelligence mean? Lack of observation, knowledge, wisdom, experience. So this is going to really shift you from being lost in life on how to get to your desires and goals to really shifting you on getting them easier. Okay, remember, you are tapping out of the societal norms of looking at your desires as far away and unattainable. When you're here, when you're a change maker, when you're deciding to break your generational curses, when you're deciding to learn new things, to pivot you towards your goals that you always wanted, this is a place where you're going to get success. Because in life, we never learned this, right? Nobody really sat us down and showed you this, right? And I want to do that for you because I know how important a legacy is for a lot of people, and legacy only comes from the goals and desires you achieve. Legacy only comes from the pivots you make, right? Legacy only comes from getting out of the comfort zone and going up these stairs and refining your habits, refining your thoughts, refining your behaviors, refining your response, and refining that thing that's holding you back. This is why I'm here. This is what I love to do. This is Refining Her, House of Gold, your safe space to level up. So if you feel called, comment on this video, DM me any questions you may have, and book a call. Because if you're really ready to start your legacy, if you're really ready to tune out of not being able to achieve the desires you want, this is your place. This is your sign. This is literally what I do. I help people level up and get closer to their goals and get away from this outcome. I want you up here. I want you happy. I want you in this place of direction where anything in life is happening, you are regardless going to achieve that goal. And the rest of society will just be at the bottom there, but doesn't really matter at this point. Well, thank you so much for tuning in and giving yourself permission to learn something new, to have a new perspective on something, and to get yourself in a place that is improving you for all the right causes. So thank you so much, dear. You have a beautiful, beautiful day. And one thing I'll leave you with today is check out my podcast where you visualize. I also have a podcast where you write, okay? So we need you to get really comfortable with thinking good outcomes, thinking the best positive outcome. Dream big, okay? And then you get to the action and the doing phase. That we don't do it, everyone's doing it backwards, right? But remember, thoughts create things. You are the guiding entity of creating the desires and goals of your life. So why not start with your mindset first? Until then, you take care. Lots of love.